Hi, it's John here from See You on the Start Line podcast. I'm the event coordinator and race director for CJM'S events. Hey, what fantastic weather we're having, and it's making for some great events. Everyone feels better when there's some sun on their back and the wind's at their back as well. It makes for either fast riding or fast running. Today, we're talking Canterbury Half Marathon and Bridge to Bridge. It was held on Sunday, and there's a few things happening prior to Christmas as well. But first up, Bridge to Bridge. This year's event was a tough one for both Carol and myself, with Carol's mother actually passing on Thursday evening after a month-long illness. She was in and out of Christchurch and Ashburton Hospital during this time when we had events at Ride the Wilderness on the West Coast, the Colour Zone Run, along with Bridge to Bridge, with her passing on the Thursday evening just before Bridge to Bridge. We still wanted to make sure we could hold the event and run the event for everyone. From our end, we did miss a lot of things, maybe small, that no one noticed, but we certainly did. It's always hard when you have a big commitment and something like this happens, but with so many people having trained and travelled for the event, there was no way we were going to let anyone down. And I take my hat off to Carol for what she put together for the event. So at 6:45, which was actually less than 72 hours since Pat had passed, the Enduro riders racing 115k were off from White's Crossing. This event is pretty much what we call the whole day is pretty much fast and furious for us. After setting everything up on the Friday, Saturday beforehand, it's off to go through as much of the course as possible to make sure all the cones and that are in place and the arrows haven't been shifted and toilets destroyed and the gates are all set to be opened. 1 year for Bridge to Bridge, the riders all started off, and just past the Willows, a group of four-wheeled quad bike riders had taken out about 7 kilometres of markings, and riders were going round and round in circles and all sorts of things. It was just unbelievable. We had no idea that everything had been shifted and buried and that. So we now do a huge recce, which, as I say, it's pretty much fast and furious, and we have it down to a fine art. This takes around 90 minutes, and then I'm up at the gorge, making sure everyone's on for the start line, everything's happening, and the briefing for the 58k start. We also have the 30 kilometres and the 24 kilometre start at the same time at 9 o'clock. The 3 starts all at once, and I'm just hoping that all the starters who are starting those races are creating the same culture as I am for the 58k. So a big thank you to those that started the 30k, Peter, and Brian, I think it was, who started the 12k for us. But just before we started the 58k, we had our first Enduro rider through, and then straight after the guys started and at the 58k, the next Enduro rider came through. So everyone's away, and then it's making sure, checking that all the marshals and that are at the right gates and right locations, and the access through the intake is all set up and made sure for everyone's safety, as we don't want anyone going in the water and drowning, which happened not in the race but recreationally some years ago. And the red tape to make sure everything's safe to go through that location is getting bigger and bigger, but it's, as long as we do it right, we're fine and we can keep going through there. But it was really in some ways funny that the coordinator for the marshals, she was the only person who ended up at the wrong location. We got that fixed, and then for me it was on to the finish. But sometimes the people who try the hardest to help you out can make the wrong mistakes. Well, she blamed her husband. We'll take it that way for him. But no, it's actually quite funny. But everything went well. There were some great results. Seeing so many young ones finishing with great big smiles on their faces, and the photos that were there of them was just really inspiring. And it's great to see the young ones having a crack at that 12k. The day really went to the Green family, where Blair and Bex winning the 58k, Blair winning the males and Bex winning the females, and their son Caleb finished second by a tyre within the 12k, so he's only just pipped for it. Otherwise, it was huge bragging rights, I'd say, in the Blair household on Sunday night. Sorry, not the Blair, the Green household. And it would be just pretty special when you have a husband and wife winning their category and son finishing second in his. It's pretty cool. All those that took part, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you at either Gold Trail or the Graveler in February. Gold Trail is on the 1st of February and the Graveler is on the 15th of February. While the Gold Trail is approximately 42k, it's still a challenging course, and it's a great weekend on the west coast, starting at Shantytown, finishing in Moana, while the Graveler starts and finishes in Hamner Springs and takes you up through Molesworth Station and coming down Rainbow Road, coming down Jacks Pass and finishing in the Hamner Springs Domain. And that's where you get the 400 metres of tar and the 70 metres of grass just at the finish. Otherwise, it's 132k of awesome gravel. Really, there's no other gravel race in New Zealand like it. Right, coming up this weekend, we have Canterbury Half Marathon at Pegasus. This fantastic event, there are 3 different distances on the day. We've got the half marathon, we've got the 9k, and the 2.5 kids dash. The half marathon, there is the run, there is the walk, and there is the hybrid. The hybrid is you run a bit, walk a bit, run a bit, walk a bit. It's not for good runners or classy runners to run the whole thing and get first, second, or third. It's for those who may not be able to run the full 21k, and they might be able to run 10 and walk the other bit, or it's really just to get those people active and get them having a crack and hopefully move into the running. But we've got 479 registered participants. Late entries are still open at the moment, so there are a few entries still available. So if you want to do the half marathon, jump into that. You've got the run, the walk, or the hybrid. The 9k is a run and a walk, and we've got 195 participants on the start line for that. That could potentially end up at about, I think we've got 240 is the total that we can take for there. So there's a few spots there. So if you haven't entered, go to canterburyhalfmarathon.co.nz and get your entry in. The kids dash, we are full. We've stretched this out to 52 participants, and by the looks of things, we could have had more. So a lesson for us: get more medals for the kids dash. The way that's growing, that's fantastic to see these kids out there having a crack at it. I think the first year we did it, we had 6 or 7 people taking part, so that's grown exponentially. But we've got a new course, and the finish is going to be across Bob's Bridge at Motua Quay. So it's 3 full laps of approximately 6.2k, followed by a lap of the lake, and finish on Motua Quay as you cross Bob's Bridge. So you'll come across the bridge, and right in front of you at Motua Quay will be the finish line, right smack bang in front of you. As you come across the bridge from 100 metres, you'll be looking at the the finish line and going for that. The 9k starts a couple of 100 metres down Pegasus Main Street and does 1 full lap and then the lap of the lake, and again same finish spot. And the kids dash starts where the half marathon does, and it's a lap of the lake and across the bridge, and this sprint coming into that will be fantastic, watching the kids coming in there. This great event is pretty special, and we advise everyone taking part to get there early. Car parking will be a premium around Pegasus. There's no designated parking, so you may have a wee walk to get to the start line, and please respect homeowners of Pegasus. Don't park on berms or over driveways. Prize giving will be around 12:30 after the last participant has finished. So be prepared for a warm day and a nor'west wind, forecast to be reasonably strong in that wind. We've had a few people over the years get dehydrated and a couple collapse during it, so we want to make sure everyone keeps up their fluids and keeps the drinks. So the drink stations, make sure you drink water or outline what you want to drink. And after this weekend, it's nearly Christmas, so we're going to have a few sales on our merchandise and maybe some entries to events, products, and the lead up to Christmas. This is done a bit different. More about this in next week's newsletter and podcasts. So just basically keep alert grab a member only t-shirt from the event that you're entering. Buy or decide to type buy something buy something top just the size you normally do. They are race day, so there are all sizes a small or a large sign up to promote our events and raise funds for your sports club, scouts, or even yourself. And remember, all those key dates for early bird entries and events that are closing. You can view all entries, all our events at CJM'Sevents.co.nz, and there's websites for each and every one of them. You can email me at john@cjmsevents.co.nz, or text me or call me on 027 226 7769. Until next time, we'll see you on the start line. And that next start line is the Canterbury Half Marathon at Pegasus this Sunday. Thanks, guys. See you later.